أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to Practical Tajweed for each letter. For learning purpose, in order for us to practice each letter and apply all the rules of Makhraj, rules of Sifat, we will follow an order. There is no fixed order, but I will stick to an order so that we learn in a structured manner. Learning in a structured manner is much easier, then you can easily follow through a structure. So inshallah, every time we practice any letter, I will briefly mention this order, this structure, and we will go through that order for each letter. Then you can exactly pick up the important point or important rule for each letter, inshallah. So we will take from the beginning each letter, alif, ba, ta, tha, and we will use this sukoon position, not other harakat, dhamma, fatha, kasra. We will focus on one position, the sukoon position. As I mentioned before, that if a letter is with sukoon, what that means that this letter cannot be pronounced on its own. We need help from the letter before. Most importantly, when the letter is with sukoon and when you pronounce it, then all the qualities, they stand out. So you can clearly see where it is coming from, the makhraj and the qualities. And this is why we will use the sukoon position. When we practice the letters, we will use the sukoon position. And then once we practice ab, at, al, af, like this, all the letters, first we will look at where is the letter coming from, i.e. the makhraj of the letter. Where is the sound exiting from, the point of articulation. So the first thing we will look at where the letter is coming from. And I mentioned those 5 major locations: the tongue, the throat, the lips, the mouth, the nasal passage. Where is the letter, where is the sound of the letter originating from? So we look at the first point, makhraj. Then we will look at some important or core qualities. We won't be able to look at all the qualities. We'll focus on the major, core, important qualities. So we will look at the sound. See, with the pronunciation or for the correct pronunciation of the letters, the sound and the air or the breath is very important. What do we do with the sound? What do we do with the air and the breath is very important. For each letter, this is where you make the difference. So we will look at, after the makhraj, where the letter is coming from, we will look at the sound. What do we do with the sound? Then we will move on to the air or the breath. What do we do with the air, breath? When I say what do we do with the sound and the air, breath, in terms of flowing the sound, trapping the sound, all those different aspects of it, So the sound, and then we will look at the air, the breath. And then we will look at the full mouth, empty mouth sound. And then we will look at if there is any unique quality of any of those letters. Followed by, we will also look at the common mistakes that people make. So this is the kind of fixed order or structure we'll follow for each letter. Where the letter is coming from, what do we do with the sound, what do we do with the air, what do we do with the full mouth, empty mouth, which one is applicable for each letter, is there any unique quality of these letters, what are the common mistakes. And inshallah, then, if you follow this structure, you can pick up any episode of any letter and you can clearly see those things. If you can get a good grip on this, then you will see your tilawah is murattala. You're reciting the Quran in line with the rules of tartil. You're reciting the Quran in a measured way. Then you are fulfilling the verse, yatlunahu haqqa tilawati, the way it ought to be recited. And the benefit of that is the spiritual impact. Of course, fulfilling an obligation and the spiritual impact, and also at the same time purifying, tazkiyatun nafs, purifying our inner self through correct recitation. And this is one of the best forms of dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يتلونه حق تلاوته أولئك يؤمنون به ومن يكفر به فأولئك هم الخاسرون